Hello, my reading pals and my writing pals. It's me, our girl Xanna, and I'm starting something that I didn't think would feel nearly as hard as it does. Um, I'm going to start packing. As I said in my last video, I'm moving. I am getting married in 10 days, which is wonderful. I'm so excited. I'm going to be married to my best friend, and we're going to live together. And it's going to be phenomenal, and I love him to pieces. And I love our house. We have such a cute little bungalow that I can't wait to decorate and share with you guys. But before any of that can happen, I have to pack up here. And I've never moved before as like a conscious adult. Before my family lived here, we lived, at least I, lived in a house that we had lived in until I was 4. So I don't really have the remembrance of moving very much. I have some very faded memories of living in that house. Good memories. Some not so good. Injuries, as a child. But as a conscious adult, I have never moved. I never moved out for university. I never moved. It wasn't necessarily safe for me to do so on several grounds. I have several physical disabilities that, even just outside of the safety of living alone and needing care in case something happens, I wouldn't be able to work a full job that would allow me to pay for rent in the city I live in, which is a big college town. There are several good universities here, so rent matches that. But I never really felt the desire to move. I did, but I never really did it because it was too much work, too much time, too much money that I wanted to be saving, that I ended up investing into my company, which I am very grateful that I did. So I love having Nightshade Publishing. But all that goes to say is that I have 20 years of memories to sort through, to process and deal with and pack into boxes. And some of them probably aren't going to get packed into boxes. I don't have a lot of things from my childhood just because I didn't hang on to a lot of stuff, but the stuff I did hold on to, I don't want to call it junk, but it's kind of purposeless. So I had to figure out how to deal with all of those things from childhood and just packing up my office, my beautiful office. I have an entire room at our house. Our house is a 2-bedroom. The second bedroom is being made into my office, which I'm entirely grateful for. So yeah, instead of just being in a small little corner of my living room, I'm gonna have an actual legitimate room with like windows and cool stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to film some of the moving process. I don't have these lights on because these are gonna be the first things that I take down. I'm gonna do my best not to get too emotional in this, but I am also filming this for the purpose of being able to look back on it and enjoy this. And I remember the day I put these up. I had so much fun doing that. And I'm gonna have fun doing it at my new house too, figuring out how I want to do these things. But I love how my office looks here. And I'm excited for what it's going to be. If you watched my previous video, I got a really cool chair. Mainly because I can't take this with me. This is my parents' bar stool chair I stole from upstairs. We don't eat at the bar, so the chair isn't really being missed. If people have really ever truly remembered that there was an extra one up there. But yeah. And I'm not gonna edit this down a lot, mainly because I think even if other people aren't going to watch it, I think it's going to be special for me to look back and see how I processed all of these things. If you want to hear a really sad thought, I walked into my bathroom a couple minutes ago and I flicked on the lights and one of the light bulbs had burnt out. And the first thought that came to my mind is that isn't worth replacing. I'm not going to be here long enough to need that. And it's hard. My fiance just sent me a message about the last video I just uploaded. Let's see what he said. Hopefully there's not a problem with it. Oh goodness, sometimes he's the one that catches the mistakes in my videos after I don't, because I don't super watch them after I upload them. And the balance is just off in his headphones. That's fine. Anyways, this has been 6 minutes of me just being an emotional little bean. Yeah. I don't know where my typewriter's gonna go, guys, because I can't take this chest with me. At least I don't think so. I'm pretty sure this was my mom's father's, and I think she wants to keep it. So I'm gonna have to figure out a lot of things in this new place. But I'm so excited for it. Let's see how many times I go and yeah in this, because I'm a sad little nervous bean. I'm probably not going to be talking too much while I'm unpacking my shelves and stuff. I mean, I'll probably do a voiceover or something. But I wanted to talk. I like talking. I haven't filmed in so long. I mean, I literally filmed the other day. But it's been so long. I feel like I should do a little tour. That would be fun, of what my bookshelves look like at the end of 2022, which is my second or third year on YouTube. And it's gone through so many changes during that time. I've added shelves and hopefully not taking away any shelves. The goal is just to continue adding shelves. It's so messy because life has been crazy, but maybe that is a part of the charm, is just how absolutely horrendous it is. Like, the shelves themselves look nice, it's just the rest of the office space around it. Like my desk. Oh, I kind of wanted to get a new desk, but like desks are expensive and getting married is expensive. And I did not want to buy a new desk. I will eventually get a newer desk, just because I need space and I want a second monitor. Anyways, I'm going to move into just doing a little shelf tour, I guess, so you can see what I've got on my shelves, how I've got my shelves, the Christmas presents I have hidden in my shelves that I'm not actually going to disclose, because even though I know that some of my siblings don't watch my videos, love them. I do seriously love you guys. I'm not gonna show off those Christmas presents as well. There'll be a couple of things that we just have to keep quiet about. Alright, tour time. And then takedown time. Yeah. Let's show you what these look like. Do bear with me, my tripod is actually broken. The screw that holds the feet at a specific length came out, and I'm just kind of balancing it with the power of triangles, the unbreakable shelf. This is the bookshelf that you guys never actually see. This is my naturals bookshelf, and by naturals I mean it's the wood color and the other two are painted. Up here at the top, you can see that I have, and I'll probably be in frame if I walk out in front of it. This is a picture of me and one of my best friends, Lauren. I've got some Winnie the Pooh mugs, some tea, other mugs up here. I tend to decorate on the top shelves of my bookshelves just because I think it's pretty and I like showing off the things that I have, because I've never really had a place to display things before. So it's always just been the top shelves of my books. Over here I have my Rosamund Hodge books. I have Cruel Beauty and Crimson Bound. I loved those when I read them in high school. Right here, this is the Black Witch I heard that the first book was good, but that the sequel wasn't very good, so I never ended up reading it. I've kept it because of the deckled edges, because it looks really good, and who knows, maybe I'll read it and actually like it. Right here, I've got The Savage Song in Our Dark Duet. That's a completed duology by Schwab, Victoria Schwab. I liked those. Those were really fun to read in high school. Right here, I have This Mortal Coil and This Cruel Design. I read This Mortal Coil back in high school, pre-ordered This Cruel Design, and never read it. I think I pre-ordered it before I finished reading it because I wanted it. I didn't actually end up liking these books. In the end, just some of the topics were just not it for me. These are some copper mugs that my cousin got me for my birthday or something. They're for Moscow Mules, but because I have a million cups and I don't have an entire kitchen to myself, I just kind of use them as decorations with some ivy. We've got this cute Spock mug that my boyfriend gave me from my fiance. He was my boyfriend at the time. Gave me for my birthday, and I've just got some Star Trek Pez dispensers. He also gave me this mug that says "You are dangerously close to being killed off" in my novel. Love it. Over here I have my A.G. Howard books. I have the Splintered series and then Roseblood. I've been meaning to get her other books, but I've just never picked them up. Over here, this is a new addition to the shelf, mainly because it was in a different room before. This is a turtle I made in high school art class. It's really cute. He's made out of clay. The designs on his shell are the wind commands in Wind Waker for a couple of the songs. I probably wouldn't remember which they were off the top of my head. I mean, I know some of them, but not all of them. Let me double check frame and then I'll show you what the next shelf is. Yeah, let's turn this camera down. Do not mind the junk. That's a toy tent for like my niece and nephew and the little girl I babysit. Yeah, right down here I've got the Aragorn series. Not all of them. I haven't read them. I might someday. I've got The Princess Bride. Dune, I will read it. Damsel, probably won't. Again, that person that read The Black Witch and didn't like it read this one and said that it wasn't very good, so I probably won't read it. Inkheart. This is Court of Thorns and Roses. I painted the edges. This is a first edition though, and I kind of regret my choices because this cover goes for a lot, but no one wants red edges. I have 2 editions of Graceling because Thrift Books lied to me about what cover I was buying, even though I double checked about everything. Fire and Bitter Blue? I don't know. I haven't read them yet. They are coming up on my TBR mainly because I really want to read them because I really want the new covers because the new covers look nice, but I'm not going to let myself buy the new covers until I actually read the books. I hope that my face is actually in frame. It's probably not. Night Spell, one of my favorite books in high school. Who wrote this again? I've got the Dust Jacket not on it. Leah Cypress. I really loved this book in high school. Or like middle school. I've read it in like late middle school or early high school. Let me just like squat now. This is Ice by Durst. Fear the Drowning Deep. Winter Girls, The Kiss of Deception, which I found out you have to read this series before you read Dance of Thieves, and I didn't know that, and I tried reading Dance of Thieves, and it was so confusing, and I really didn't like it. It was like, this is really bad writing. I don't know who any of these people are, nor do I care. You have to read this one first, this series first. The Story Peddler, haven't read it. Another copy is Splintered because this copy was gifted to me by my cousin for Christmas last year. House by Ted Dekker and Frank Peretti, Christian horror. Yes, that is a thing. You can see, like right down here, these are like books that I don't super care about though. Except I do want to finish reading This Is Your Brain on Birth Control. It's a very scientific look at how birth control works and how it actually affects the brain and all of those fun, interesting things. A lot of these are books that I'm trying to like get rid of or sell, but never really ended up doing. And then this over here, which you probably can't see, but I don't care, is a bunch of children's books for like my niece and nephew and some of my childhood books. On this side over here, which you might be able to see, is where I have my board games. That's the natural shelf. Cool, let's move on to the rest of my shelves. Oh, look. You can see it. And then the bottom is just where I keep my oboe and stuff. The rest of that stuff, that junk that you saw, is Maestro's stuff. There's a chair in the way. Glorious. Moving on to the black bookshelf. The thing is falling. This is just gonna have to be a tour video. Maybe I'm gonna have to pack in a different video. Who knows? Let's just move quickly. Up top, I've got all my D&D dice, some teacups, cute decorations, my Bible, and some journaling Bibles for like taking notes. The shelf that's directly in front of you is kind of a dark fantasy-ish fantasy shelf. That was just my coat. Don't mind that. Got the Nutcracker right here, a beautiful illustrated edition. Winter Song by S.J. Jones? Yes. Song of the Forever Rains and Dance of a Burning Sea by E.J. Mello. Really liked the two. I have the Arc of Symphony for a Deadly Throne, I think is what it is. Bloodleaf, Enchantment of Ravens, Sorcery of Thorns, Wicked Saints, A Winter's Promise, The Bloodspell, The Ivies, A Magic Steeped in Poison. So excited to get to that one. Magical Tea. I mean, come on. Caraval, Once Upon a Broken Heart. That book right there that you see right there is Amongst the Beast and Briars. I just finished reading that yesterday. Liked it. It was fine. It is the Fairy Loot edition of it. That's why it's got the sprayed edges and it's got the custom cover. I have it turned outward because you can see the shadows. Those are all my annotation tabs, and because the pages are pretty, they're a pretty color. Next to that is What We Harvest. Then I have a journal, and then I got the Glittering Court, which is right here at a thrift books, not at a thrift books, at a thrift store. Haven't read it. And then Hiding Behind the Lights is Kingdom of the Wicked. That book is garbage, honestly. I mean, the plot is like okay, but like it just does. Yeah, Belladonna up there, first edition print run. Right down here, you see all of my book of the month books. Below that, I have my manga and a couple other books. You can see it through the chair. Wow, I'm an amazing YouTuber. I've got D and Angel up to volume 12, I believe. The Maidens and Keeper of the Nights there. I've got my copy of Howl's Moving Castle. I've got the first 3 editions of A Sign of Affection. I've got the Blu-ray of Princess Tutu. That's that shelf. Moving on. White shelf. Woohoo. Show off all the messy. And then on the bottom of the black shelf is all my like lettering stuff. And the bottom of the shelf is all my like schooling textbook stuff that you can barely even see. All my proof copies of Through the Violet Redwoods. There were so many of them. They were so busted. I have The Memory Thief. Bring Me Their Hearts, I think is what that red one is. Then Prism, The Donut Trap. The Donut Trap is so cute. The Grishaverse trilogy, not the biggest fan of it. Beautiful Mind, Beautiful Life by Lindy Seng, or Bub's Beauty on YouTube. Mockingjay, I think that, yeah, no, The Hunger Games. LOL. The Hunger Games. Had to read it for college. Gone Girl. Had to read it for college. Never actually finished it, but I did get an A on the paper for it. A Voice in the Wind. I will read eventually. And then I have some medical texts right there. And then the rest of those are like my journals for books and anything. So like writing and business wise. This shelf right here is kind of my classics. Over there we've got The Complete Tales of Winnie the Pooh. Above that we have Peter Pan. Those thin books right there are the Spiderwick Chronicles. Then I have The Hobbit. Another edition of The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. Those are my fiance's mother's editions. I'm reading. I'm also listening to an audiobook. I have the illustrated edition of The Lord of the Rings that I got for $30 on Amazon because it was broken. I love it so much. Actually, I do love it. I got that for an amazing deal, and there's barely any damage on it. 7 novels by Jane Austen. 3 novels by Jane Austen. It's Austen. Why did I say Austen? Redeeming Love by Francine Rivers. That edition was gifted to me by my aunt. Mere Christianity by C.S. Lewis, The Tale of Despereaux, and there's another book hiding here on the edge. What is it? It is Neil Gaiman's Stardust. Moving up from that, up there I have Howl's Moving Castle, then I have A Christmas Carol, it's the Wordsworth edition, I believe. Then I have the Penguin Drop Caps edition of Pride and Prejudice that came from thrift books and was actually in much worse condition than they said it was going to be. I tried to do some fixing and it ended up making it worse. That was going to be a gift for a friend, but then I was like, no, so I bought them a different edition. Yada, 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 you don't care. Up here, this is my favorite shelf. I am missing the first 2 hardcover books of the Study series by Maria V. Snyder. My cousin has them right now, and I was going to wait to get them back before filming this, but, she hasn't finished them yet, and I don't care. I have the normal paperback of Poison Study right there, then the other 4 books in the series. That looks like a camera lens. It's actually a coffee cup, and it's full of all the books I haven't read that I will eventually pull out and do TBR stuff if I don't have a mood read pick that I want to get to. That's a sandalwood and musk candle I get from Marshall's. I love it with all of my being. Moving on over here, we have Elisa Kova's deal with the Elf King. Oh! No, that's just the Judge jacket. My sister is borrowing it. for a moment I saw it and I was like, oh, she brought it back. She didn't like it. Rip in peace. That sucks because I really love the book. No, she still has it. Onyx and Ivory and Shadow and Flame by Mindy Arnett. Love that series. Perilous Star by Alyssa Markins. Book 1 in the Western Zodiac trilogy. Love it. Fae Found by Chio Bossi. I forget what her universe is called, but love it. Then I have Through the Violet Redwoods, which is my anthology. Mine, go buy it. Yay. The Willow Tree Swing is usually right next to it, but I had it out because I was taking a photo. Let me just move around, give you horrible audio quality so I can show it to you. Woo, I took a gold stamp to the edges. One of a kind, baby. Then I have For the Wolf and For the Throne by Hannah Witten. I have another copy of For the Throne up here because I got the Barnes & Noble special edition, and then I got a different edition from, like, Foxwit on Instagram or something. So those are the covers that are on it. That bouquet right there was the bouquet I had for my best friend's wedding when I was her maid of honor. I love you, Elizabeth. You are the light. Ah, I'm dropping the camera. But I won't drop my love for you, Elizabeth. I don't know if she watches my videos or not. Up there, some more sentimental things. That's a picture of me and my fiance, like, several years ago. Love that photo, though. Cute little terrarium in my belt. Some decorative things. That's a Pusheen mug he bought me that I never got out of the box because I was afraid of, like, ruining it before moving. It's my decky up there. I bounce ideas off of him sometimes, and a fake succulent, the only kind I can actually keep alive. There we go. That is literally all of my bookshelves. I guess I could show you this space real quick. My typewriter. Woo, look at how messy it is. I just got the Chronicles of Narnia books off of someone on Facebook Marketplace for free. I've got my kalimba, a broken pair of glasses, punctuation print, pretty things in there, that plusle stuff. My ukulele, the first bouquet of flowers my boyfriend ever gave me 7 years ago. Then I've got some enamel pins and some other things. My friend took this picture of me, like, back in lockdown when I was visiting her. I apparently looked model-like. Instead of making this a terribly long 2-part series that I would have to edit and throw together, I've just decided to make this a terribly long, one singular video. Here you will see me taking apart my naturals shelf. I'm putting all of the objects into a suitcase, which you can't really see. It's a hard case suitcase, and I was working on just getting things out of my shelves and put somewhere so that I could clean the shelves and take them apart for moving purposes. You can see me here just organizing things in the suitcase. I didn't really think this through, and I ended up making it much too heavy. On my first pass, I also put things in, like, upside down, because I'm putting things right now on the top of that. Anyways, then I went through and detangled the ginormous mess I made with the ivy and lights. I don't even know why I just took them all down and didn't just try to undo them while they were still up. I ended up creating a nightmare for myself. I also did not put them up in the best way possible. I put them up aesthetically. I did not think about the fact that I would ever have to take those down. I did eventually get them all untangled, and I got all the lights untangled and got them all organized, and they're packed in my office now. Hi, this is Anna from the future. It's the 16th of December now. I've been married for almost a week and living in my house for almost a week. My office still isn't totally put together, but that's a video for another day. You can see me responding to a message there or doing whatever it is I'm doing, getting those things out of the way, taking the sentimental things out of my shelves. I didn't really touch on a lot of the things that were on my shelf. On my little rolly chair, spinny chair that you can see right there, I have a canister of tea. That's a blend that was made during the time of the Boston Harbor that my dad brought me back from Boston. Rude of me to move the camera, like you guys want to see me unpacking things onto my very messy floor. And I just left it. I went to get something, I assume? What did I get? Oh, I got clothes to pad it so that I wasn't only packing books in it to help with the weight. And then I got tired of all of that, and I called it a night. And that's where we're at, my dear friends. I'm gonna make this weird. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna finish out this record. No, I already did that in a different clip. Alright, I'm just gonna pull this sped up footage to this point, and then I'm gonna finish it out with the outro that I did, that I filmed before I started taking things out of my shelves and got frustrated and then stopped. Hi, Maestro. So yeah, return to the past now. Oh, that's crooked. Let me fix that. Alright, let me just torture you all with that real quick. That was a quick tour of my bookshelves and everything. I mean, it took 13 minutes. It's kind of quick. It's so dark because I don't have my professional lights out because I figured I was just going to be packing up and kind of filming and not really doing anything. I'll adjust that in editing or something. I'll up the brightness, or you'll just have to deal with a lower quality video. I'm recovering from a cold that I've been living with for over a week, right before my wedding. So I kind of don't really care about a lot of things right now. Yeah. I was emotional, but then I had to start listing things off, and then I kind of stopped caring. But now that I'm sitting and looking at them again and being like, oh, I'm gonna take this all apart now, I'm getting a little sad again. Yeah, I really also don't know how I'm gonna pack this stuff up. I don't know what, I'm gonna have to go like find a tub or something. I have a lot of books though. Like a lot. Oh, this is gonna be fun. But anyways, I might split this up into 2 parts. If I do, I'll see you for the second part. If I make this one hunking long video, boy, I must not like myself right now. But yeah, maybe see you next time, bye. Or let's continue with packing. I genuinely don't know what I'm gonna do here, so if I'm ending it here, this is going to be the worst ending to any of my videos ever. Except I just found money in my pocket. Oh yeah, this was the $3 that Willow owed me. She actually owes me 2 more, but like, I don't care enough to be a loan shark and break her kneecaps. I probably also couldn't just break her kneecaps. Sounds like a lot of work. I should get packing before I lose the will. And that's dwindling quickly. So, I'm gonna get to packing. If this ends up being a 2-part series, I will hopefully see you guys next time. I promise I'm usually a lot more enthusiastic than this. I talk about all things reading and writing related, about publishing things, about life with chronic illnesses, about writing things. Sometimes I read. I don't really do book reviews though, because all of the books I have are old and never hype, so I don't feel like they'd like serve a purpose being reviewed or not. Anyways, I'm not gonna promise an upload schedule because probably not gonna have a consistent one until next year after I move and settle in, you know. Bye.